the show by Lauderdale, Jones, Scott, and Smith. Winston, Leak, you better act right. Don't drive slow and be wild at night, 'cause you need to know that if you do, that Scotty Ray is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere. That man is faster than a scalded cat. If you do something dumb, then you better run with haste. Scotty Ray's at a wreck before it ever takes place.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie as we embark on February the 11th at 56 degrees with rain in the forecast. Get your rain boots.
Yeah, we see it coming. It is beautiful out there. On the way in, I was listening to your broadcast on WMOX AM 1010. Well, you were the one on there.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
But you were talking about a little fog, and there was a slight fog, but I believe looking out now, it's pretty much well lifted. Everything's good, but we are looking for some rain to come in and bring in this Tuesday and Wednesday.
Now, Wednesday's going to be rough. We'll move to a level 2, which is tornadic activity possible. They upgraded that yesterday. It was at a 1 early yesterday morning. By 9 o'clock last night, it had been upgraded to a level 2. So there we are. And we'll have that again on Saturday. So coming up, we got a lot to talk about. Gunfire in Meridian, what happened. We got a little confused as to what was going on in the beginning, but we'll tell you all we did dig into it to get the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Made a quick trip to Philadelphia yesterday.
Ooh. Well, hold on. Normally we take a quick little break about yay time before we really dive into it. But today I want to do something a little hairy different.
What are you doing hairy different?
Today is a special day. It's not just plain Tuesday.
Well, yeah, it is.
No. Today is the Redneck Batman's birthday. So, we had some of our favorite bakers come by my office yesterday and said, look, I can't make it out there tomorrow morning, but will you please take this by?
Well, that was sweet.
So we got those.
Is that cake?
No, these are the famous tea cookies.
The which cookies? Those tea cookies.
Yes, the Knights. Got this for you. Got you a card.
Whoa.
And as you remember them.
Oh, yes, I remember those. And we're going to have to be fair. Wade Phillips is in the studio with Wade, you're going to have some of these. These are incredible.
Yeah, she brought me some to my office, too.
Odie, I'm going to have to.
Paid me to bring these to you.
That was sweet.
Cookies. They're good.
They are. They are some of the best I've ever put in my mouth, and I can't thank y'all so much for doing that. You know, and I want to share this because I got a birthday card. It was one of the most unusual birthday cards that I've ever gotten, and I posted it just a second ago where everybody could read along with us on this. It was very sweet. Miss Paula Grayson from Lauderdale sent me this card. It arrived in the mail yesterday. And I got in, I guess it was 9:30, 10 o'clock last night.
So an early night.
And I sat down and I opened it up, and this is what I read, Odie. She really put some thought into doing this. And it says, so Scotty Ray is everywhere watching you. We're all here watching Scotty Ray. Watching you. We're all here watching Scotty Ray. I hope you know how much you are loved and appreciated by your loyal viewers and followers. Happy 55th. Unfortunately, there's one more to add to that, and it's 5'6".
Yeah, you were 55 yesterday.
She says, I'm a fan, not a fanatic or a stalker, as the card may seem. Paula Grayson, Lauderdale. And she goes through here and she lists some of my quotes. Bless it. I don't pay to be scared. Where you want to go? And she just goes through here. Listen to those.
Boil water.
my dislikes: fruitcakes, turnips, gumbo, chitlins. Boy, she knows me well.
Yeah.
And I don't do coleslaw either. My food likes gotta have.
That was the one thing I said. There's one thing on his food likes. It's got to be there if somebody says they know you.
And there it is, the folding over thing with chicken and rice.
Chicken and cheese.
And that is so true. If you've ever been to a Mexican restaurant with me, I never know what they're called. Each restaurant calls it something else. And so it's that folding over thing. Everybody that eats with me will attest to that.
She has actually hit everything.
Oh, it's on here. My favorite movie. And she even got into, where was it? My Heroes. And this is it. Hank Williams, Jimmy Stewart, and Paul Harvey. Those are the three people that I really, really look up to and like.
And your heart breaks. The first one is exactly it, because it tore you up to find you about Puff the Magic Dragon.
I thought it was a kid's story.
You didn't think they were saying, here,
dope smoking people. I had no idea. And it really broke my heart.
Oh,
but I want to say thank you for taking the time to write all that up and send to me. It was very kind of you to do that. It shows you do care and you do listen, and it touches me so much. She even got into my Toad quotes that I sometimes actually accidentally make.
Toad closed.
Toad up ahead.
Toad up ahead.
Things like that do happen. But from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Coming up in just a moment, we're going to find out all about this. We'll talk to Brother Wade next of the Men of Meridian Conference. That's next to the Scotty Ray Report. When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp to trail riding or just working around on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
We welcome you to a new vehicle buying experience here at Doc's Toyota. Buying a new vehicle doesn't have to be stressful, but don't just take our word for it.
This was the best experience I've ever had buying a vehicle.
Doc's employees are top-notch.
I drove 2 hours, not once, but twice, to purchase 2 vehicles with a 5-month time frame.
Doc's delivers competitive pricing, a comprehensive selection, and flexible financing options, helping you get on the road from Carthage, Meridian, and beyond. There's a reason why there's no deal like a Doc's deal.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, or conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group. You know, I was sitting here as we were getting ready to push the button to come back live, and you think about birthdays when you were young and a kid, and you look so excited. It was so exciting back then to be, what are you going to get in that little package?
Yeah.
And, you know, as I've gained, I have everything I want. I can't think of a single thing that I need.
Thing
or
you want. People really don't know it.
And what's that?
You want your parts to fix that truck back there.
As you come up the staircase to our studio, you can't help the 2,000 packages that are scattered over my shop floor with 4 wheels sitting out there. And there's no truck to go with it.
You got a frame.
I got a frame. One day, it'll be put back together.
It's going to look good.
One day.
It's getting there.
It's going on 2 years. It's just everywhere. Never let me do that again. Brother Wade joins us this morning. How in the world are you doing, Wade?
I'm doing great, guys. How are y'all doing?
So good to have you at the studio.
Yeah, happy birthday, Scotty Ray.
Thank you. I did not realize that this was your first trip to the new studio.
Yeah, I haven't been in the new studio yet, so this is nice. This is great. I scared your wife to death this morning by ringing your doorbell.
Well, she scares me every morning too. This is the conference you got coming up, and I have to ask: is Jimmy Houston coming to talk about hairstyles?
He's got one, doesn't he?
You know, I recognize him from that straight down hair comb all my life. It's a trademark, I think.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's like, what's the fellow with the boxing?
Don King.
Don King. Who cares what his hair looks like?
You know, it's
paying you not to worry about it.
So this is coming, what, February 22nd? Is
21st,
that right?
21st. So Friday, not this Friday night, but next Friday night, 6:45.
So
yeah, really
what
excited
happens
about
there? What will y'all be teaching?
Yeah, so this is we're hoping it'll be the first of one we do every year, but we call it the Men of Meridian Conference, and this is an opportunity. We want to get men together and just learn what it means to be a godly man, a man who lives for Jesus. And so we brought these people in, some of them who are living out their faith in the public sphere, like Jimmy Houston, well-known fisherman who, if you know anything about outdoors, you know him. He's been doing it for many, many years now. As a matter of fact, I was talking to, I had a like a college student come up to me the other day. He's like, "How did y'all get that guy here?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He said, "The Houston guy." I said, "I watch him on Instagram all the time." And so like he's been around for a long time, but he's still doing it, And so he's a great man of the faith. Greg McMichael, who, if you're a Braves fan, you remember him as closer for the Braves during some of their World Series runs. Strong believer, and so we want them to see how men are living out their faith in the public sphere, and we just want to talk about what it means to be a Christian man and how you live that out in your life. And so give us 3 hours that Friday night, and I think it'll be life changing for a lot of people.
Now you're going to be speaking also.
I will be. Bob Record, who is he was one of the people who founded. Oh gosh, I suddenly. Promise Keepers. He founded Promise Keepers, and he and I will be preaching. We'll be doing interviews with Jimmy and with Greg, and then we'll have 2 rounds of also preaching, and we'll be preaching about that. And I'll be speaking. I'll kind of be closing out the conference that night.
Now, let me ask this. I want to be certain I understand. Who is your target audience? Is it the single guy, or is it the guy that's got a family? Who is it that should be attending this?
Yes. Both. Yeah.
And any age.
That's right. I think anyone from even a young boy all the way up into an older man is going to benefit from this. We're going to be
men's conference. You still welcome a teenager?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Not just welcome, but we want teenagers there. We want everyone who desires to be a godly man to be there. I mean, it's as simple as that. So I think if you come, you'll be blessed by it, and you'll be glad that you came.
So what time does it start?
It starts at 6:45 that night, and probably wrap up around 9 or so. So grab yourself something to eat. Come on over after dinner, and you'll be glad you did.
Let me ask this, because I've been married a long time.
Get this right.
30. Let's see. What is this? It'll be 35 years this year. So it's been a little while. And I know as a pastor, people come to you and say, "Brother Wade, I want you to marry us." Mm-hmm. What advice do you pass along to those? Because it's gotten to be such a habit in America to, well, if this doesn't work out,
well, it's hard to get married and easy to get divorced nowadays.
Yeah,
that's true.
So, what do you pass on to people that are wanting to do this?
Yeah, if I'm going to marry you, you're going to have to sit down with me for a good 3 hours before we do it, and we're going to walk through what it means to be a husband and a wife from a biblical standpoint. I'm going to walk you through passages. The Bible God created marriage.
Yeah.
He created in the Garden of Eden. You go back to Genesis 1 when he brings Adam and Eve together. We see the first marriage, and he says a man will leave his mother and father, and he will cleave to his wife. And the Apostle Paul says that that was a great mystery, but he was talking about Jesus and the church. And so to understand marriage, you have to understand that the point of marriage is to be a reflection of this relationship that Jesus has with his church. Jesus is the husband, the church is the bride, and so the husband is supposed to be the Jesus in the relationship, and the wife is supposed to be the church in the relationship, and they take their cues from that. And when they do that, it becomes this reflection of the gospel to the world. So our marriages ought to be that kind of reflection. We are witnesses to the gospel through our marriages. And I tell people, that means you got to show each other grace. I always tell the women, I always tell the man, you've got to forgive your wife because you're the Jesus in this marriage. And I tell the wife, you got to forgive your husband because he ain't Jesus.
But no matter who you are, at some point there will come a disagreement in a marriage, but it doesn't mean that it should be the end of it, does it?
That's right. And listen, every marriage is going to have its difficulties. My own marriage is not above them also, but you got to work those disagreements out. You forgive one another, you show grace to one another, and you keep going because you made a commitment to one another. I heard somebody say once that my wife has been married to 5 men, but I was all of them. Because we change over time.
Apparently, better aims than you think they are.
You better get good at ducking.
But the important thing about this, as with this conference, as it comes about, it does teach you, and it needs to be instilled, that's the word that I'm looking for, at an early age of being godly. And conferences like this help young men. We have so many people that are in high school that have no idea. Their parents have never taken them to church. They've never had a father figure. They don't know what it means to be a leader. And something like this will show you the way of where to become and how to raise your family.
That's what we hope. We hope it's not like the end, but the beginning of something for men in our community.
Well, we see nowadays, and it's sad that you look across at these studies, and 50% of America does not follow Jesus Christ.
At least.
And at least. And so, do you see that in your church over the last, I don't know, we'll say 5-10 years, that you see a little bit of less people being active? And then second part, what do we do to get Jesus back in our communities where we need him?
COVID changed so much stuff when it comes to coming to church. It changed the culture in a lot of ways. But what I have seen over the last couple of years is young people especially are looking for something. And they recognize that they're missing something. And so what we have seen over the last couple of years is this influx of college students, high school students, young people who have come in and they are looking for something and they're finding it in Jesus. And so there are challenges, and our culture is really obvious, and our community it's really obvious, but I really believe we're right on the edge of something big happening among our people in this world. Our church has seen an influx of young people who are looking for Jesus.
You see, there I was thinking that you just drove to a neighborhood, opened the door, and pushed Judy Ainsworth out and made her go get people to come to church.
Well, that too. You got to use multiple strategies, So.
Sunday morning, you're coming with me. She has been my friend for, 30 plus years, and always a smile at the front door when you walk into Northwest to greet you and give you a hug.
Okay, I have to tell this story about Scotty Ray, though. I can't tell you how many times this has happened. Scotty Ray goes to our 9 o'clock service, and most of our young people come to our 10:30 service. And so he'll be leaving as like high school and college students are coming in. How many selfies do you take with people on an average Sunday as you're leaving church?
It's quite a bit. It's quite a bit.
I watch it because I'm out there greeting people as they're coming in for the next service, and he can't get out of there, so it's funny.
So your 10 o'clock service is delayed by 5 or 6 minutes.
Sometimes, yeah.
And I never take that lightly of somebody that wants to take a picture. That means a lot for someone to pause. To want to have, it's humbling. It truly is. And I just want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all who's ever asked me to do that. I appreciate y'all so much.
Invite you on porches to have deer steak.
Oh, man. We've got some great people in this town.
My daughter goes to the 10:30 service, and so she didn't realize you were a member of our church until she's like, what was Scotty Ray doing here today? She's 16 or 15.
What's
and
going on?
like, it's okay. He's a member. She's like, really?
He parked on the side of the road, and the neighbor got in their vehicle, drove down there and got beside him and said, is everything okay?
And something that I didn't realize, your son has got to be where he's a regular singer at the church.
Yeah, he's
talented.
He really is. I don't know where he got it from. He didn't get it from me, but he's 20. He's a sophomore at William Carey, and he's majoring in worship leadership. Yeah. And so his hope is do this for the rest of his life, and he's very, very talented.
Now, let me, because I don't know this. Does your wife sing too?
She can sing, but she's just not so she has the ability to sing, I love to sing, but I'm terrible. So like they've grown up,
like us.
yeah, they've grown up hearing me sing for my whole life. My daughter's a really talented singer too. They've grown up hearing me sing their whole life, and probably thought, well, I can do better than that. But got their mother's talent for singing and my not fear of being in front of people, which my wife is more of a in the background kind of person. So that has combined to make them both very comfortable up on the stage singing. So,
but I am not exaggerating in the least. His son is a fantastic singer. I'll get a chance to hear him.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
What could be up with Brother Wade? Let me ask that. Do you go by more Pastor Wade or do you go by Brother Wade? Which way do you go?
I've been in the public eye for so many years that people call me so many things that I just take whatever they call me. The only time I correct them is if they call me Lindsay Hall. But Wade, Pastor Wade, Brother Wade, all of them are fine.
Kenneth Owens just got used to me saying, "Hey, preacher."
I get that one too. Yeah, perfectly fine.
Oh, that's funny. We'll be right back as we travel along this morning.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
At Pettit Jewelers in Philadelphia, Mississippi, trust Nicole with your priceless heirloom jewelry. With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie. Yesterday afternoon, I went to City Hall, and a few months back, it was October 12th that I ran this story, that the Meridian Police Department had notified an officer that they were on leave of duty. They had been suspended. And then how that comes about, it will go before the civil service. Well, a few months back, it went before the civil service and then was postponed. Last night, the case happened. And I went to that. Now, here's the story, and I'll read you, and it's just point blank here at the top. Where the line was the original story back from October. Last night, the Civil Service Commission upheld Sergeant Orlando Clark's termination. Testimony and affidavits from 7 present or past police officers were heard this afternoon. Clark, who is a sergeant in charge of internal affairs, was accused of allegations of sexual misconduct while working in his position. The Civil Service Commission voted unanimously for the termination. They seconded what the city had already said, so he will not be coming back. Had that played out different, how that works is, and it does happen sometimes, to where someone will be fired, laid off, and then they go before the civil service and go, wait a minute, you don't know the whole story. After hearing testimony, they sided with the city and said, yes, this did not need to happen. And let me be very clear about this. When you are in a position of authority, whether you are a middle-level manager, if you're the CEO of the company, whatever it is, whether that person is directly around you or not, if you have a position, you are a manager, you represent the company.
Yeah.
That means that person is below you. It makes people very scared for their jobs if you say something to them. And this is what this case was. I learned stuff that I probably shouldn't know. I blushed 2 or 3 times while I was in there because they got into text messages. And what does that tell you? Odie, go take your phone, run over it. Don't even, you never send another text message.
Well, internal affairs is, the police are here, and internal affairs are the investigations of the police.
Correct.
So you're a little higher than just a regular officer, not just a plain officer.
That's correct.
Officers are held way up here.
His stance on this was everybody was over the age of 21, so it didn't matter. No, that's not the case. If someone in any shape, form, or way, if you are over them, it doesn't happen. Matter of fact, period, in the workplace, because it's all about perception. You can make a remark and someone take it wrong. And the next thing you know, it's blown up. But, this was, I listened in testimony to several text messages that were read. And again, I did blush because it was graphic, I think is the word that might be used there, Odie. But it's official that has been terminated. And again, it was 2 men testified of bullying, and then 5 ladies stepped forward. And again, that's scary because if you go and report someone at work, if it doesn't stick, it's the end of you. And it takes a lot of guts to step forward and go, hang on, this is going to stop today. You're not going to do this and hurt anyone else. And I commend each and every one who testified, who gave affidavits, because it was a scary thing, and in their mind, and it was at that time, putting their job on the line to do the right thing. They have enough worries in the world of being a police officer while out on the streets than to worry about whether or not they're going to have a job when they come back due to some, just a situation there.
Well, we do have some of the best police officers you can find. Hands down, without a doubt, some of the hardest workers. And you have a brotherhood, and to stand up to one of your brothers, it takes an awful lot of courage, and I commend each and every one of y'all for doing that.
Now, overall, as each person gave their testimony, and I got there a little bit late, I missed Dubos's testimony. He was there. The chief did give a testimony. She was questioned. She answered questions. It wasn't pauses. She went through that. The one thing that I do disagree on, what the chief said, and this comes to leadership, of who you place into leadership. She made a comment during questioning that she sometimes votes on the person and not the test score on how they work, more so than a test score. Well, this could lead to problems that we have. If you have someone who made, let's say, a 90 on a test score and everybody else didn't pass, and you do a curve to bring everybody up so you'll have more, you're not getting a lot there.
Well, if your high score is 90 and you add 10 across the board, you just took your 90 and made them 100, and everybody else is still below them.
And I disagree with that. Sometimes you've got to have a leader that fully understands procedures, policies. Now, don't get me wrong. There are the exceptions to the case of people that work hard that sometimes don't score well on tests. But overall, you've got to have a standard policy and not curve anything. I don't want my air traffic controllers being curved, and I do not want my doctor, my surgeon, on a curved grade.
Do you know what you
Nor do I
call,
want my police officers done that way.
You got to score a 70 to graduate. Do you know what you call a guy who graduates medical school with a 70?
What's that?
A doctor.
There you go.
Just saying. He's still a doctor.
I want him to put I graduated with a 98. Like, oh, cool.
I graduated with honors.
That's why I'm not a doctor. That would not be mine. But that did happen yesterday. And again, civil service meetings are open to the public. And if you really want to know what goes on behind the scenes, attend some of these. There was no one there other than me and police officers. And the general public did not come to listen to what has gone on. Do I know tons and tons of other things that have happened in the city? I certainly do. Can I get a statement out of the city? Nope. But if that goes before the civil service, we can get answers to things that we knew that happened that was never said. There's a lot goes on behind the scenes, folks. Take part in your community, know what's going on. That's what's important. As we looked around yesterday, we had a boo-boo of an accident out on, this is going to be on I-20. You know where the Highway Patrol office is?
Yeah.
This is I-20, right here above that. And we had a boo-boo with a van there. A car was rear-ended there. Pretty serious little wreck there. Look at that.
You were down there by where the data center is going to be.
Sure. That's exactly where all of that was. So that happened yesterday. No serious injuries, but enough to scare everybody. As I was leaving Philadelphia, and I'd gotten just a wee bit too far to turn around and go back, we had a boo-boo of an accident over by the Dollar General past Doc's Toyota. You know where the Dollar General? Yeah. Right there. Pretty serious when that rollover. One of them foldy over cars.
One of them foldy over thing. It didn't have any cheese and chicken in it.
It did not.
There's chickens everywhere.
That was some of the. Still to come, we're going to tell you about MCC. They had to chase somebody yesterday. Boogie there, boogie there.
Yeah.
And I ain't figured out. We still got a shooting to talk about that happened yesterday. If you don't like something, just John Wayne it, I guess. We'll tell you all about that. But what were all the cops doing in your parking lot?
You called me saying, what's going on? I said, I don't know. And you said, there's cops everywhere in your parking lot. And I said, I'm in my parking lot. And I said, around back. I said, I don't see no. Of course, I was in my staging area.
I got a video of it, so I can prove that it happened.
I said, I better go find out what's going on.
Best I can tell, it was someone arguing about who owned a car. And I think maybe they were kin and somebody drove. That happens a lot. And that's why I'm always cautious, very cautious about reporting a stolen car. Because it can be a family member, first cousin, that takes it and they're in an argument. And it's not really stolen. I don't know if I never got it straightened out.
Depends on what the title says.
I just noticed eight cops surrounding Odie's office, and I thought Odie done messed up.
Oh. They everywhere.
We'll be right back. Brother Wade's going to tell us all about what it costs to get into the event.
Yeah, y'all stick to y'all.
Ooh, it's a good price.
It is. We'll be right back. The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Rockhouse Gun and Pound, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun and Pawn. Welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie, and we were talking with Pastor Wade as we pulled this up. Here's the Men of Meridian Conference, and we can't help but notice it costs $25 per person to attend the event. Now, what do you got to say about that, Wade?
Well, at first we did that because we needed to defray some of the cost of bringing the people in, but we had a person in our church who said, listen, I don't want anyone to be prevented from coming to this because of the cost. And so we've covered the cost for everyone. It's free. Anyone can come for free. So we would love for you to register and let us know you're coming so we have an idea of who's coming, but the tickets are absolutely free. You can get a ticket at the church, or you can go online and just register. So if you go to the Northcrest Baptist Facebook page, you'll see Men of Meridian Conference pinned right up at the top there. You can click there and find the link to register and let us know you're coming, but it is absolutely free, and so we don't want anybody to be prevented from coming.
So we want a ticket so we know about how many.
Yeah, we just want to have an idea.
Come with no cost.
That's right.
I mean, you can't beat that.
Free's about the best thing.
Free's the best thing.
Let me ask this. We've often touched on this, Wade, before. As you're a young man growing up, even as an adult, it matters. You could even bump into somebody in your 50s. The people that you hang around with really influence the man that you are.
Yeah.
And it starts at an early age. How important is it to focus on this of who you surround yourself with?
Yeah, I think this is one of the key reasons why it's so important to have a church. If you be around people who believe in the Lord, who follow Jesus, you can watch their example. You know, I just think about my own life, how I've been able to watch certain people. I was fortunate to have, as a young man, have John Johnson as my boss,
right?
Who was just
man, I love him.
just one of the great people, and so that was helpful. Dr. Dan Lanier, our former pastor, who mentored me. So many people that I've had at the church who've been able to pour into me, and so it's hugely important who you put yourself around. As Christians, we're called to be salt and light in the community, so you can't cloister yourself off from people who don't know Jesus. But your main friends, they've got to be people who are following the Lord and know Him and want to have the same goals as you have and the same priorities that you have, and it's really key. I mean, it's really key who you put yourself around. I would say that most of us are a combination of our 5 closest friends.
That's a good way to put it. And if you're at a juke joint just waking up now, then you might be hanging around with other wrong folks trying to figure out how to get home.
There are other four
This is
friends
true.
are there with you.
True. But the good news is, if that's you right now, that Jesus is waiting. He'll forgive you. He'll help you. And so, we have people in our church who come from all kinds of different backgrounds. I'm talking to a guy just a couple of days ago, and he's covered in tattoos, and he joined our church Sunday, and said, I met my wife when I was giving her a tattoo, and but I realized I couldn't, and nothing wrong with tattoos, I don't mean that, but he's covered. I realized I couldn't continue living the life that I was living like that, and so they've gotten into the church and following the Lord, and it doesn't matter where you were. What matters is what you do next.
No, and that's true, and so many people miss the point of that. Is so long is the wording, and tell me this in the Bible. So long as there's breath left in your body, you can be saved. Am I right on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Until the moment you don't breathe again, you have an opportunity to turn to the Lord and trust Him.
No, we didn't say that you get the front row parking. let's be clear about that. But you will get there.
There's some instances where your breath is like it, and you don't have time to say, "Oh, wait a minute, let me." So you've got to be prepared. Let's don't take that.
That's right.
I can wait till the last, because you might not be able in your last moment.
Nobody gets to heaven though and thinks, well, there's not much to this. The last person's end's going to still be real happy about it, So Jesus told the thief on the cross, "You'll be with me in paradise today."
That's right.
So
y'all keep that in mind. There's a lot of truth to that.
We've always said, if I'm wrong, hey, I'm still okay with it. But if you're wrong, I wouldn't want to be there.
Yeah, that's called Pascal's wager. It was Blaise Pascal said that. He's like, take your choice. And, it doesn't feel like any risk to me. The evidence all points toward Jesus to me. But
what he's done for me, I know he's there.
And there's a lot of people that have this philosophy. Well, I've done good all my life. Well, I've never done, but until you take that little, y'all have that little agreement, it doesn't matter. Because what was the words that Randy Travis used one time? The road to heaven is, I'm trying to...
paved with good intentions?
Yeah, the highway to hell is paved with good intentions, I think is what it is. And that can happen to you.
Yeah, that's right. Well, there are a lot of people who are good, moral people, but they don't understand that the Bible says that everyone is a sinner. And are all in rebellion against God, but God has graciously done what is necessary to save us, to bring us into right relationship with Him by sending Jesus to live the life that we couldn't live and die on the cross in our place, taking the punishment that we deserved. And because He's done that, all it takes is faith in Him, trust in Him, believing in Him, and He'll save us from that. But it's not your good works, because our good works, the Bible says, are like filthy rags to God. We can't be good enough for God. And so what we need is Jesus to be good enough for us.
What was it? Me and Jesus. Got our own thing going. The old Tom T. Hall song. We do hope you'll come out for this. And again, you've got church services coming up, if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow night.
Yeah, we got Wednesday night services and then Sunday services. We have, of course, if we don't get blown away tomorrow, we'll have Wednesday night services. But we do lots of things on Wednesday night. Have a Bible study. We do our choir practice. We have children's activities. We have separate worship services for junior high and high school students, and then another one for college students. Wednesday nights are crazy at our church. They're fun. I love them.
So that's Brother Wade, and of course that is Northcrest Baptist Church. We'll ask him a couple more questions before we make him leave.
We're not going to let him leave, right?
No. We got more coming up. I mentioned this a moment ago. Yesterday morning, let me show you this. We went live here on this street corner. This is due north of Rush Hospital, just due east of Anderson's. This is 18th Avenue. If you'll notice the police cars there. Well, it was called in that a car was struck with bullets, and as I started asking around, I go, yep, there it is right there. So I went to the scene there. As we wrapped up with that, then I realized, wait a minute, there's a 18-wheeler also involved in this. And this is the best we can come up with this. 18-wheeler's going down the street somewhere around where the super stop, Sefco is, 14th Street, 18th Avenue. It bumped a car. He stops. Somebody gets out with a gun on him, and he goes, well, I ain't staying.
Smart fellow.
Yeah, and he drives off, and his truck was shot a couple, maybe 3 times, and he would drive around. He called police immediately, and I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this. Let me pause this. Let me get this. Lord, those are popping up left and right. Let me let that zoom back in. Somewhere right along in here, there's 2 to 3 white specks in here where it went through the fiberglass on that hood. Now, he was not hurt, but he did have gunfire, and it did not happen right here. It would be back down 14th Street where that happened, because I had several people asking me, well, what's happened here? Did it happen here? It did not. That's just where he stopped and said, police, I'm over here. Y'all come investigate, as we see investigators there talking with him. But that did happen yesterday. The people that were actually involved with the gun ran from the scene. Now, I think somebody else probably knew who they were. I'm not sure that they ever found out who they were. But that did happen yesterday, and the people that were responsible for firing the shots ran from the scene. So if you happen to be in the area, saw something, police would love to talk to you. His truck, it didn't keep it from running. It didn't do any damage like that. It just went through the fiberglass. Fortunately, we're able to tell you this, and no one was hurt.
You know, one thing he needed to do was to turn around, and my stage prop has been moved.
Your prop?
Because after that, he needed to go find him an ice-cold Coca-Cola. And take him a good sip. You know, I asked Brother Wade when he come in, hey, you want some coffee? Nope, I got my caffeine. So he's got his Diet Coke and he's ready. There's nothing like a Coca-Cola. And remember, you always help 2 businesses, the store you bought it from and Meridian Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Boy, it hits the spot.
It does.
And
it does.
you can't beat
We don't know how great things are over there, but he got him a new sign yesterday. Poor
Zane, did he leave him up there?
That's what we're worried about. Is Zane still there this morning? Save Zane.
Go get Zane off that thing.
So Al's got him a new sign there on State Boulevard Extension. Congratulations. Always good to get something new like that to publicize your business. We're proud of Al. He's done well there.
Yes, he
in
has.
So many ways.
And he helps. He's with Martin Fire Department. He's with Sukalina Fire Department. He's there with us. He's huge, helping the community. Just all the way around a good guy.
He will. We got. I don't quite again understand that halftime show that happened during. Super Bowl,
yeah.
Some are trying to say that there were secret messages that were going out from his performance. Look, half of America thinks it was horrible and didn't even see it. They turned it off or muted it, so forget all that.
Well, we were at the Moose Lodge, and it was time to give away some gifts and stuff like that, so we cut the volume down. And I don't normally watch the halftime show anyway. I want to see the football, and I want to watch a commercial. And other than that, I don't care.
They and I didn't realize about the NFL. Everything is listed as an expense, prop cost. They don't pay the actual artist, but they pay for the expenses, $13 million or so to come set up. A little out of hand.
We won't charge near that much to come set up in the middle of your 50-yard line and put on a show.
We got to find some content over it.
Well, we'll come up with something.
We'll be right back.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Hi folks, Paul Brown with Dixie Buildings. We're here to take care of all your building needs for your personal and your business needs. That includes portable buildings, carports, sheds. Don't forget your hunting camps are coming in. You can start out with our 8x10s. If we cannot haul it, we can build it for you on site. We have 2 locations, one on Highway 19 South and our home office just around the corner on Long Creek Road. Just give us a call at 601-483-4943.
Welcome back. We were talking about the half show of, well, we just all didn't get it there. Did you watch the Super Bowl?
We had church Sunday night, but I came back for the second half, and I was just telling you guys, but my daughter knew all the words. 15-year-olds can keep up with it. I guess it's the age, and she was like, "Yes, Dad, he is doing a diss against Drake right now." So
I would have never known that
either.
Poor Drake.
So I did give her a brief history on diss tracks and rape. And and rap and you know how it went all the way back to LL Cool J and Cool Mo D and things like that. So she stopped listening about 30 seconds in. But
Odie, you'll have to translate that for me later. I don't even know what that is.
You didn't know about no LL Cool J?
No, I don't know.
Oh, man.
I know there was a company here in town called LL Candy or something like that.
They're still here.
Okay, see, I was close. Close counts and some things in horseshoes and all.
Yeah, but not in that. LL Cool J.
What's going on with the garbage stuff here?
So, you know, we switched companies. It was ADSI, and now it is called Meridian Waste. Not to be mixed up with Meridian, Mississippi. This has nothing to do with where they are or anything else. Meridian Waste is a company from another Meridian somewhere. But anyway, so they are doing our trash out in the county. And so Lauderdale County Waste Division has put out guidelines, and it's on the page, or you can go to their page and find it. Collection day, have your garbage out by 6 a.m. Where? Within 5 feet of the curb with the handle facing out. Now, it also goes to say 5 feet from a mailbox, 5 feet from another can, 5 feet from a car, 5 feet from a tree. So we're going to have trash cans lined up way down the road. But
did the other company that used to have this contract require all that?
They did not.
Okay.
And maybe
I'm just asking.
And maybe that's why they are no longer in business anymore. Don't know. But
I mean, do we have like a trash can monitor that drives around and jumps out with a ruler and goes, whoop?
Well, they do.
Lawbreaker.
Each one of their trucks. So if you call in and say, nobody picked up my trash today. Well, this company has GPS and cameras on every one of their trucks. And they can go back and say, yes, that truck stopped at that address at this time. And here's video that your can wasn't out. So they can go back and double check and not just say, well, okay, maybe they missed it. They know if they did or they know if they didn't. Now, it also goes to say that everything in that can has got to be inside of a bag. If you have boxes broken down and placed beside it, if you don't have any room in your can, anything extra, instead of just stacking it up on top, you put beside it, as long as it's bagged, tied, and less than 35 pounds. Household trash only, no white goods, your old couches, all that stuff. None of that. Go online to Scotty Ray Report or Lauderdale County, pull up this guidelines and look at it and see if you can follow through all the good stuff that they're asking us to do.
Any idea how long their contract is for? You're like, because I don't know.
Chances are probably for a while, because who else are you going to get to do this?
I don't know.
You know, a lot of people want dumpsters back, and believe me, I understand, because I loved the dumpsters.
Me too.
But you'd have to have a monitor out there, because you got so many people coming in from other places dumping their trash that we're paying for. I see both sides. I see the cost of the dumpsters and people who don't live in Lauderdale County using them. I see the good part of the can.
Well, it's convenient at the end of your driveway. It is.
It is. And my driveway's long. I don't go up there and haul my can
No,
back.
and you hook it to the back of your truck on your ball. I've seen you.
I've done that once or twice.
Down the driveway it goes.
But yeah, go on here and look at these rules that they have put out, and
again, that's you're between a fence and a rock here. They're trying to work with them. That's what they're wanting. We thought we would pass along what they said. Didn't say you got to like it, but that's what's come out from the company there. So work with it the best you can. Get your garbage can straight so they'll pick up your garbage.
As far as I know, this is still for households. This does not include businesses. If you have a business, I believe you have to provide your own dumpster for your business. I don't think that you can get in with this pickup trash like this. I think this is still for household residents of Lauderdale County only.
All right, and again, you can see it on our page, or you can check it out there at Lauderdale County
.org.
Check it all out. More coming up here at the Scotty Ray Report.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. As I mentioned, MCC was busy yesterday afternoon, and they wanted to put out a thank you there to the Meridian Police Department, helping them assist. They had somebody come through the parking lot that was going around grabbing door handles, trying to get in, and they got into a foot chase. And the Meridian Police Department assisted by capturing that person. Again, you get trespassing charges among other charges for trying to do things like that. That's one step forward to ending this stuff. We see it a lot at hotels in Meridian, people passing through our town, of people coming up, checking those doors, seeing what they can get into. And I'm glad that somebody was taken into custody over that. We need to end all that as quickly as we can.
Good job, yeah.
Let's see here. I had some pictures of some puppy dogs that I needed to show this morning. We'll come back to these young ladies. Let me get over here to my puppy dogs. He got him a do-rag here.
Oh, I'm sorry, that caught me off guard.
This is Ollie and Coda. They are missing in the Causeyville area and around Center Grove Church. He has a purple collar, and Ollie has a black-blue reflective collar. So if you happen to see them, their owner would love to have them come back. I think they were playing a lot there. Nothing like your pups, so if you see them, please get in touch with us, and we'll pass that along and let them know. A couple of folks that we wanted to honor here. Look at this, Odie. Distinguished young ladies of Clark County. There we go. First place alternate was Lena Claire Simpson, Ava Boyd, McCara Jones, and also Jayla Marshall, essay winner there. Star Kayer, if I pronounced that right, is the overall winner there.
That is it.
Congratulations, girls.
Man, that is something I need to go look. I think that's a friend of mine's granddaughter.
Wow.
Yeah, congratulations.
Let's see here. Also, we got some champions here. Look at this. Newton County cheerleaders. Congratulations there. They headed off to the national championship. I can't get it out there. Small varsity non-tumbling game day division. So congratulations to you. Big winners. There's always special to win like that and represent well from our neck of the woods. I'm glad they done that. Did you see this Saturday morning? Look at this. I meant to show this yesterday. Was that Ben?
I don't know. That's not his balloon.
All right. They go up, up, and away. Pretty big there.
I haven't seen that. I'm sure Ben's out there
helping
and doing something. He's liable to have his balloon. You know, he just had that brand new baby, so
he ain't.
I don't know if he's flying right now.
So there you go. There are a few things that are going on there. As we mentioned in the first show this morning, what's going to happen if these folks are not given back our hostages? Hamas has put a stop and said, wait a minute, Israel's not doing this and not doing that. The president has put a deadline. Everybody is home by Saturday or we're coming to visit. Will they take him seriously? They should. As you'll remember, it was last time in his presidency, somebody didn't do what he said, and, well, he showed them. And I fully expect that to happen again. And the more we watch Elon, the more and more we realize that some people should not be in charge of your finances. Do you know what
I mean?
Each
the amount
day.
of money that's being just thrown out there. We're paying for jihadists to come to our schools.
Well, they pay for his entire college education. You cannot make these things up, folks.
Man.
But when they get to the military side, you're probably going to go, do what? There's no telling what's hidden there, because a hammer does not cost $30,000, and we know that. a lot of times these line item things that don't make sense. We'll find out more about that. Did we have any birthdays this morning, Odie?
You know, we do have some. Brian Harper's got a birthday. Michelle Dixon's got a birthday. Amy, I apologize ahead of the time because I'm not real sure. But Amy Karakane, I'm sorry.
Amy from Budweiser.
Happy birthday. I apologize way ahead of time. That Karina George, Terry Moore, and Annie Lee Brown, 12 years old today.
Wouldn't it be nice to be...
Oh, wait a minute. Again, Scotty Ray, the redneck Batman, 56 years young today.
And it has been the fastest 56. It kind of drugged there through your 30s, and then somewhere right around 40, somebody flipped a switch and it went, whoof.
Yeah.
And as you all know, as you get older, you realize that there's not near as much in front of you as there is behind you.
Yeah, we've already went. We're at the top of the hill going down the other one.
It's like a roller coaster. We're holding on the best you can, and at some point, your best friend will have to drive you to a doctor's office, and they'll have to remind you to take the medicines that's been given to you, and it's just par for the course.
All these bumps we're hitting, our shocks are wearing out.
It is. You will not be able to flex the older you get. I told Odie, and I've said this to a couple of people, it was a few months ago, one of my old cars I got down there, that's back when you had fuses up underneath the dash, and I climbed under it to do it. And I had to do my chin to call somebody to help pull me out from underneath the dash. You can't move things that you used to.
Not in them positions.
Which, again, when I say this, I'm having trouble doing this and that, and then I look at Trump at 78 going at 298 miles an hour, and I'm like, what does this guy do?
To stop long enough to eat a Big Mac.
What does he take? What vitamins does this man take? I need some.
Yeah.
So, again, a big thank you for all the birthday wishes. But with age, there truly is wisdom of things that you wouldn't do again. You remember that old Kenny Chesney song, I Do a Lot of Things Different? Boy.
Yeah, I would too.
If you could go back and talk to yourself, you would really say, don't do that. Don't do that.
Steve said, you got to be tough to get old.
There's a lot of truth to that. As we get ready, Brother Wade is still with us, as we get ready for this big conference. The Men of Meridian Conference coming to Meridian. It's going to be on February 21st. At what time, Wade?
6:45.
And somehow or another, Wade convinced somebody to pony up and pay for everybody's admission.
You know, it says $25, but no cost for this.
No cost.
Great for anybody. Men of Meridian, but whatever age, go to it. We're trying to get anybody that wants to get closer to Lord Jesus Christ.
That's right.
In a nutshell, as they walk out of this, Wade, what is it that you think that they'll walk away from this conference?
I hope they'll walk away from this conference both knowing what it means to be a man who lives for the Lord and both encouraged and empowered to go and do that. That's what we want. We want them to be better husbands, better fathers, better men, better leaders in their community because they know the King of Kings.
Well,
man, that is great.
We certainly hope that you'll come attend this. And again, it doesn't cost a single thing to attend. It's going to be on the 21st, a great time to come and learn. That's what we like. We appreciate that. As we come to the end of our show, Wade, Odie over here every morning, we try to come up with a Bible verse, but you seem to come up with one each week.
I think he's the best. I said, look, I can't say this. We've got the man who teaches this word right here, so we're going to ask you to end the show for us with a word from God.
Well, I've been preaching through the book of 1 John on Sunday mornings, and so this is just a verse that came to my mind as you said that. Verse 9 of chapter 1, John says, if we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness.
Well, if that right there doesn't say it all we've got to do is talk to him, ask him to come into our heart and forgive us of our sins.
That's it.
Man,
that
is awesome.
It is. And if you don't act right, he will hook you up with a lady that will remind you every day. Miss Olson.
Oh, no, Lord, he's not that mean.
I joke about all that. But Again, this is going to be a great thing coming up, Brother Wade. We appreciate it. Does a great sermon. And what time do you do church? You got 2 church services now, don't you?
We have 2 services in the morning at 9 and 10:30. Then we have a 6 o'clock service in the evening too. So.
And this is Northcrest Baptist Church. It's the big one there on North Hill Street. You can't miss it. Got the stained glass windows.
Oh, it's beautiful. 35th Avenue, dead end right in front of it, beside the old bowling alley, which is no longer there.
That's right.
How long before groundbreaking?
I hope we're going to do it sometime the first half of this year. They're finalizing plans right now and have been asking questions, the architects, and so I hope that we're going to have a plan that we're going to be able to present to our church, and not long after that, move forward with it. So we're excited.
That's awesome.
Fantastic. Thank you, Wade, for coming in.
Thank y'all so much for allowing me to be here.
Hody, it's time for us to do happy trails and head out into the wild blue yonder.
Because it's Tuesday. Remember, it's Friday coming. Hump Day be here tomorrow. Y'all be safe. Prepare for the weather. Prepare for the rain. Prepare for the possible storms that may be coming in our area tomorrow night. And just have a wonderful day. And remember, we love you, and so does Jesus.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.